200 homes will be gaining access to broadband in Meigs County after a long 5-year process of fund approving and bidding. Our Peyton Brooker has more on this story in Pomeroy.
The Meigs County Community Improvement Cooperation and New Era Broadband are now working to get broadband access to over 200 homes in the county. According to the Meigs County Economic Director Perry Varnado, the homes receiving the broadband will be in the area of Long Bottom and on Ohio 681 between Tupper Plains and Reedsville.
Broadband is a huge deal, and actually this grant started back during COVID, and we worked with our Regional Development District, Buckeye Hills out of Marietta, who were just wonderful to deal with. And we got approved for this grant, and it was delayed a bit during COVID and some changes in how they administered broadband grants. But the funds have been released, and we've awarded a contract, and the project's underway.
The $352,000 grant was issued by the Appalachian Regional Commission. New Era Broadband will also be providing an additional $88,000 to help build out the project.
We've been associated and working with Perry to help work in the county. He actually called me and let me know that they were working on the grant and that they would be producing an RFP, and wanted to make sure that we applied for it. So we kind of followed the process all the way through, and always got as much information as we could. And so we were ready when they released an RFP so that we could put a package together.
Varnado says compared to other broadband methods, this one will not be using fiber optics.
This is point to multiple point towers with radio equipment that's a new age, new technology that provides a straight line service through trees, through debris, and will provide high-speed service at fiber speeds. So these folks will get to do just about anything in their home with their service that somebody in downtown Columbus could.
Hanneman and Varnado say broadband is essential for fast internet speeds and quality of life.
Well, this is good because this is exciting for us. This is technology that some of the other bigger providers have been using for a couple of years now that hasn't just been outside our reach financially. And this is providing much faster speeds than this area has ever seen wirelessly. Broadband
has become just as important to quality of life in businesses as electric, gas, water, and sewer. It's absolutely essential for kids growing up, for adults to do their personal and their work business, and for businesses to have high-speed service to operate. It's just an essential service, and we want to make sure that we don't get left out of that. And the Appalachian Regional Commission has been very, very helpful in that for us.
This project is planned to be completed by the end of 2025. This is Peyton Brooker in Meigs County. WTAP News. This is home.